when he hit the button for the second time, he said that he saw these bright lights, like lights, different colors of lights, like rainbows, moving like they are alive, like they are moving, mixing up themselves. And he said it was like amazing for him that he can reach out and feel. He can feel it.
These lights.
As soon as he got past that veil, he saw the most beautiful garden he has ever seen in his life.
Wow.
Said he saw like wild horses running, in green fields.
Since you can only see in Hollywood movies.
Beautiful feed and all that. And he felt himself floating. And he said it like the thought came to his head like, oh, I'm flying. He said, and he heard this voice tell him that it's not my head.
It's not my head.
It's not for you to be flying. You're like this.
Yo guys, welcome to a brand new fresh episode of Beyond the Veil. Yeah.
So basically, we're going to take you out of this physical realm understanding that you want to stick to.
Especially Nigerians.
Because
we don't believe in this stuff in Nigeria.
Yeah, and we don't talk about it. Even though maybe there are some people that believe in it, we don't talk about it much.
I think a lot of people do believe in it in Nigeria though, but
they
don't
talk about it. It's like one kind of topic that nobody wants to touch. So basically, we'll be touching a lot of those type of topics right here on Beyond the Veil.
So I'm Trust and
I'm Unique. And this is Beyond
the Veil. Don't forget to like,
share,
and subscribe
and comment.
Let's go.
That
very important. It's important for you too.
So it's good that you comment also because we can feature your story.
Your stories, yeah. Don't forget to, if you have any experiences like this, leave it on the comment section. So we get to talk about it too and share your story to the world.
We'll be talking about NDE, and if you don't know what NDE means, NDE simply means near-death experience.
Yeah.
So this is one particular topic we do not talk about in this country.
I don't think anybody has ever talked about this before in Nigeria.
No. I've made research.
Okay.
We've done a ton of research. So basically today we'll be touching this topic.
So Tori, what do you think NDE is really about?
NDE basically, as you already know what it means, near-death experience. And basically so many people do not discuss this here because I can tell you very well that most Nigerians see it as maybe just one kind of flimsy hallucination or maybe your like if you discuss that with friends, they basically think maybe you're running
you're
crazy,
capping
or
or you're looking for some sort of story to just cover up what you went through,
that kind of thing. And people do not seem to believe you because they've not experienced it and they haven't seen much people that has experienced it. So basically they do not see it as something that is serious or something that even happened in Nigeria, but definitely there's a ton of
experiences, ton of facts,
that is out there that people do not know about, and that's the reason why we're here, basically bringing this stuff to you guys straight from the pot,
straight from the cooking.
So let us cook.
Let him cook now. Let him cook.
So, okay. Just like you already know, this is Beyond the Veil, and I want you guys to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Don't forget,
because it definitely is going to help this channel. So basically, let's get into this properly now.
Okay, so NDE, a lot of people don't seem to believe in this thing. Like, it's like saying there's witchcraft and some people still don't believe in witchcraft, or saying there's a God up and some people still don't believe in that there's God. So Do you have any experience regarding this topic, or have you seen somebody that went through something like that?
Yeah, basically, I have like two particular experiences that I'll be sharing.
Okay.
And I'll start with the one that is like a personal experience, but not really me, but it's a personal experience because it actually happened to my mom.
Wow.
So basically, this is more than I think 20 years ago.
Long time.
Yeah, 20 years ago, but more than 20 years ago. But over the years, most times she always like, tell us about it. It happened. I think basically me most of the time, but it was basically around when my younger sister, when they were about to give birth to my younger sister. So there were some complications, and they had to do an operation on her. So she told me when she was in that hospital bed and they are doing this operation.
This is exciting.
I swear. she felt her body leaving herself. Like she's there in the table, but she's like looking at her body.
And she's leaving her body.
I swear. It's an old hospital. I think it's forgotten the name though, but then, like my mom said, then because this is 90 something, so she said that it was just Indian doctors that were
doing the operation.
As at that time, in Nigeria then there were a lot of white doctors, foreign doctors in our hospitals. So basically, let me recap everything she told me. She said when she saw herself leaving her body at that point in time, and she was looking at herself, and that's when she could finally understand that how would I put it, like covering so much enlightenment about your spirituality. Because it's just like you being in a car and you are like blocked to everything else outside the car. Basically that's the way your body is.
Your body is the car,
and you
are the spirit,
the driver.
Yeah.
If you're not moving that car,
it won't move.
It's not moving. So your body is basically just like a car,
bro.
She said when she left her body, like she's like floating away from that hospital
environment.
Yeah. So she found herself in this part where there's it's like a golden, like all the tiles or stones that make up that part, it's all made from gold, bro. Like a golden road. So she said she was walking in this road, and she was deeply amazed how beautiful it is. But the thing is that she don't seem to have like a full body.
She can't literally see her body.
Yes, the experience that she can't see her body, like she has hand or everything, but the view, the how she's seeing it is basically like she's seeing everything, but she can't feel it.
It's like she's mixed with the air or something.
Exactly. So it's just basically the view, or like the way those VR or something is. So she was seeing everything moving, and the first people she saw was her mom and her dad.
Bro.
She was very happy seeing them. You've lost your mom
for a very long time,
you lost your dad. So, that love, happiness, smiling and everything. I miss you, I miss that. And she was describing how immensely the love is. Although she didn't put it in that particular word, but it was like overwhelming for her. And the problem there is that she said they actually want her to go back to her body.
And I bet she wouldn't want to go back.
She wouldn't want to go back. The funny thing about NDE, when you make research about NDE, these people that have actually experienced NDE, none of them have said they want to go back to their body.
Yeah, bro, because I've had a similar experience. Like, I also saw one video during my research, and I saw when this woman was also talking about something like this. She said she was in the hospital, right? She had an accident already. So she saw herself leaving her body. So it was like she was above her body, like close to the ceiling. So she was looking at her body, the way she was coming, and then she was like, who are all these people? Like, doctors and nurses, everybody are just like operating on her, doing CPRO, doing all sort of medical stuff. That moment when she was wondering, immediately she was like, just moved through the window. Like, how do somebody move through the wall? Like, she just moved through the wall. I was
Exactly,
like,
because you don't. It's not like you have like a physical body or something. That
bro,
yes,
how crazy is that?
it's crazy, but people do not talk about it because the comprehension of it alone is shocking.
Yeah,
to a lot of people.
A lot of
So
people,
some
yeah.
people don't even want to go that far when they're
yeah.
thinking about life. They just want to block themselves out of it, like, and they are not going to die. But you know, me and you know for a fact that everybody's going to die.
Definitely, bro.
You see that you're not, even though you're not thinking about it, doesn't mean that
it doesn't mean one.
it doesn't mean that it will happen. So when she got there, she said that they want her to come back, and she said never. Like my people, a few people in my family can confirm this, like, because she always liked to see this. So they told her to go back, that it's not her time, she still have a lot of stuff to do. And she was like, no, at least her family is here. That she was even asking of her brother, because she has another brother that died very long ago too. So and the father made, like what she told me, she said the father said that is how they were not here at this part when our brother came.
Whoa!
I swear, she said that, like, when our brother came, they were not on this part, and before they came, it was already passed through.
Wow!
So they couldn't
do anything to send him back, bro.
So the father was like, so if he's not here today or
she would have
right
passed
now, she would have come and wouldn't have left. So that was where my mom said that she was arguing that, no, this place is too fine to go back to that place, that there are a lot of doctors and all those things touching her body and all those stuff. She was like, she's not going to go. Said then his father called somebody. I think this part is a little bit fuzzy for me right now because it's been long. So said the father called somebody, and when she turned to her side, there was this man that doesn't have face. Like, you can't see the face. Like, the man is so huge.
Could that be Jesus?
You know the funny thing about NDE, nobody has ever confirmed that.
You've seen Jesus or not.
People will tell you like they saw a man in Rome. It's just you basically meeting maybe two angels or two beings that makes you feel welcome, that you feel like you've known all your life. But meeting Jesus, nobody has ever confirmed it. Some people will even tell you that they just meet this bright light, and the bright light is so welcoming, and tell them how beautiful and how loving they are, and how every human being is connected with love and everything. But nobody has ever confirmed that you see Jesus or something. But I think there might be some stuff out there that I might not have gotten into or tried to make research on, but I don't think the people that have said they've seen Jesus are much. So this mighty man, like a giant, is standing there, that she even looking up to, like you're trying to see his face. It's far, like he's so mighty, and he's holding this long whip that she was so scared seeing it. And when the man like lifts his hand up to like when somebody wants to whip, before now, she said anytime that she looks her back, she can clearly see, like if she wants to like look back to where she's coming from, she will see the hospital. Like,
it's like behind her is just the hospital waiting.
Yes, but she's somewhere else. But she can, from that point, she can see the hospital. So, but it's just like this veil. You understand? It's
just covering it.
Yes, that's why it's beyond the veil. It's just like this veil. So she said Immediately she turns back and tries to run from the mighty man.
Yeah.
She wakes up.
Bro. Bro.
In the hospital bed.
Bro.
For real.
Bro, I can imagine this in an Hollywood movie.
Hospital confirmed that maybe she was like, she flatlined for some seconds or maybe 15 seconds
and seconds might look like hours.
Or so, and my mom said that the experience was, I can't even recap all the experiences, how everything happened. I'm just telling you like bits and bits of what I can remember. She said the experience was even more than like hours, like 2-3 hours. Everything that happened,
and she was just
she was amazed. You know, before she even got to see her parents, she was like, you know, fine, beautiful parks, gardens, and all the stuff. Imagine all the time she would have felt every flower, or
the time she would have spent with her parents, talking,
all this talking and everything. So they said it's just few seconds that she is like she flatlined, but she woke up in that bed and she couldn't forget that experience. She always talks about the experience.
I think that's pretty unforgettable.
And you know one thing about people like that has experienced that, they are never afraid of death.
Oh, bro, you've seen it.
They feel like dying is like going on. May God rest her soul. She's not alive anymore, but
sorry, man.
So, but she's always like, even before she died, she'll always be like, you know, if I die today, she's just like kind of like cool with saying anything about death, like different from we. Like you'll feel like no, death and all these things, but she's just like that I don't care kind of vibe. Like it can happen at any time, and she doesn't feel like maybe it's one big deal. Sometimes she would say, "Oh, if I die, I'll rest." That kind of vibe, you know. She always say that, and I think because of this experience that she told me, it changed my perspective as a whole, even from being a very young boy growing up. Changed my perspective about life as a whole. And I want to believe that she is home now. And definitely walking that good part.
It has to be that good part.
And all those kind of stuff. So those things really changed me. I don't see life the way most people see it. I see it as, you know, you're here today, you might not be here, and you might be back. And you know, if there's heaven or hell, I don't really know. But I feel like if you want to be alive, if you're supposed to be alive, you're going to be alive.
You'll definitely be alive.
There's nothing that can snatch you away from life, unless you on your own path are choosing
not to be alive.
To die. You understand? You're choosing to take wrong decisions that will definitely lead you to being unalive. So I pretty much see deaths like that. So, but a lot of people do not talk about this. But I tell you now, like let's put it to the audience. Let's put it to the audience right now. Like, if you know you've had this kind of experience and you've not told anybody, we would like you to comment below.
Put it on the comment section. Let's hear it.
So we can even feature your story on the channel.
We'd definitely love to talk about your experience.
And even invite you if there's possibility for you to
sure.
At the studio. So basically, that's one part of my NDE experience.
So I remember. I think I've also had an experience, personal experience. This is with me. So it's not as interesting as your mom's experience, though. I think mine was just like snappy. You get. So I think it was during when I was in secondary school, high school. So I was a bit kind of sick. Now the sickness was not really serious. So there was this night I was sleeping, and my elder sister was in my room. She was helping me clean the room. And I was just lying down there looking at the ceiling. The next minute, I didn't even know what went wrong. Like, bro, this is crazy. Crazy. Like, crazy. The next minute, I was screaming my sister's name, and she couldn't hear me. Now, I've not noticed that I was no longer in my body, but I was just like, it was like this two water.
Yeah.
I was here, my sister was here. And I was screaming. If it was real life, the next people in the other street would have heard what I...
He heard you screaming her name.
Bro.
But you don't see.
She couldn't hear me. Yeah, and I don't move. So I looked back and I saw that I'd already... There's still somebody else, and that's me. I was lying down there. I was like, what's going on? So I told my sister, I was like, sister. She was still sweeping like there's nobody there.
Yes.
I looked back, bro. I almost stood up, but it was like something was just restricting me from getting up. You get? So I was just sitting. I was like, it was so overwhelming that I started crying. I started crying.
Swears.
Then suddenly I was trying to reach out to my sister, but I couldn't even touch her. Then in that moment when I was just feeling overwhelmed and all, it was like this force of wind just pulled me back. And I just opened my eyes. Then immediately I opened my eyes, I knew that, okay, now this is reality. I stood up. I ran out of my room with full speed. I went to my dad's room. I was like,
Mad.
I was like, what's going on? I was, Daddy. I couldn't see my eyes, so I couldn't see what was doing.
No cap. You see, this is basically what your this experience now is basically what we call out of body experience.
Yeah.
There's NDE and
there's out of body experience.
It's not like you died.
But
you felt like your body, you were outside
your body.
Yeah. So there's this thing called out of body experience, and NDE is different from that. But some people do mistake this stuff
together. Yeah.
But no. NDE is when you actually flatlined. But this one, you're like a little bit conscious. Even the people closer to you can say maybe you are moving.
You are moving, you can be moving.
You're not saying anything.
Yeah.
So it's basically what you feel when you have sleep paralysis. When you have sleep paralysis, you are asleep, you can't move, you're conscious, you're seeing everything, but you just can't move. Yeah. So basically, this is one of the major reasons why I believe that there's spirit.
Yeah.
Why I believe you have a soul. Because there's this other person that is completely you, have every mindset and thought and everything that you have, the intelligence that you have, but it's like it's inside, like your body is like a bottle. And this thing is the content inside that bottle. Yeah. That's why you can see many out of body experience. You're basically feeling like you're moving, shaking, or shouting, or doing anything. But you see the people that are looking at you, they are not seeing you.
They won't even see anything.
They are not seeing you moving in any way. You're not moving, but you feel like you're moving and you're shaking your hands.
But they can't see that.
But you're not moving. So that's the content, the soul. Inside your body that is actually doing those movements. Just like the body shuts down, so the soul is trying to wake it up. Just like when you like lights and you're sparking it peaks. Basically that's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's what we call out of body experience. And I've experienced this out of body experience so many times. But you see this particular thing, I have a friend called Ojegba. Don't tell him.
I won't tell.
That guy will scrutinize you, will dissect you, analyze you. Like he doesn't believe in stuff like this.
Yeah.
There was a time he told me that he was in this operation room. I don't know where. I think his appendix or something, or surgery was doing, operation he was doing then. And he said that light that people say they see, that it's no fucking light. It's just the hospital light. He said it's just the hospital light. When that light they are using for the surgery that
are you talking about red light?
He said even hell, that there is no hell. He said it's the heat from the light. Crazy stuff, bro. He said it's the heat from the light that is actually
that is burning you.
Yeah, that is burning. Like he said because he can feel the rub that is more rubbing his back and everything. Just that he can't wake, but he's kind of conscious of everything, and it's just pretty much darkness that he could not see any hell. He could not see any. So I think his NDE. I don't think that's
NDE, bro.
Of body experience, but he thinks NDE,
No, that's
and
not
there's
NDE.
nothing. So, and now that has actually affected how he sees things.
Yeah.
Because he feels that when you die, there's nothing.
There's nothing, it's darkness. Yeah, I also have I saw when I was doing research for this particular episode, there were a lot of videos that I saw. People actually think that humans are just like meat. Like when you die, that's all.
That's all.
There's nothing, not like soul, no spirit. There are a lot of people that still think that same thing right now.
This guy is from Seattle. He actually lives in Seattle. So he had a near-death experience where I think he's like he's a construction worker or an engineer. So he fell down from, I think, somewhere very high, and it affected him in a bad way, and he was rushed to the hospital. And he said he is a born atheist. Doesn't believe
in that, yeah.
Doesn't believe in spirituality. Doesn't believe in those stuff. So he was in this hospital. They were trying to revive him. He was there, and he said that the nurse, those stuff you press when you need
attention, when you need doctor's attention.
He has that in his hand, but he was feeling some unrest and uneasy, but he didn't want to press it because he grew up in a home where as a man you need to be strong, you need to be, you don't have to ask.
Man, don't always be strong, bro. We are humans. Don't always be strong. Cry,
like,
bro.
You don't owe anybody anything. If anything happens to you today, it's you and you alone.
Yeah, cry, my bro.
Everybody's basically going to move on.
Just cry at times.
No, basically, so said he didn't press it because he feels he can work this. He's a strong man. He has to. But he said he felt himself losing breath.
Bro.
And before he even pressed it, like the nurses came, it's like far gone. So they were trying to revive him. But he's already out of his body. I swear, he's already out of his body. The experience is crazy. Like, that's one of the reasons why I actually love this story. Like, so he's out of his body, and he said he saw his shadow at I think he saw his shadow like around a corner in the room, even before he left his body. He said at first,
and nobody was in the room.
No, just the doctors and nurses that were trying to resuscitate him. So he said he was looking at that shadow, and he's just standing there, he's not moving, and he's feeling like shameful because they came in, rip up his clothes, getting him naked and all this kind of stuff in front of nurses and doctors.
I can imagine.
We humans, we always feel like this embarrassment, this is like, that kind of vibe, like, but we don't even tend to understand that they are trying to save your life here, bro. They are trying to save your life, but the brother is naked. He's basically just worried about them ripping up his clothes and all this stuff. So he said, when he started feeling thankful and all this stuff, and feel like this is it, that he felt this shadow move and reached out to him. And when he reached out to him, and when he reached out, he saw himself in that bed. He's now looking at himself. Like, he finally, he was amazed because he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in those things. He believes that if he dies, he's gone. Yeah. There's nothing. He's going to nothing. And now he's feeling like he's standing over there, seeing himself being resuscitated in that bed by doctors and nurses. Bro. And it's crazy for him.
That must be life-changing for him.
It's crazy for him. Like, he said if he started following this shadow, this being or whatever it is, and they got to this pretty dark hole, and he heard the voice that he should go in. He said when he goes in, he started falling. Like, he feels like he's falling. So he said when he was falling and he got to a point when he feels like he has hit the ground, like bottom of
the
that
hole. Yeah.
But he said he heard the voice said, keep going. He started feeling like he's falling
over again.
It's crazy,
bro.
So when he hit the bottom for the second time, he said that he saw these bright lights, like lights, different colors of lights, like rainbows, moving like they are alive, like they are moving, mixing up themselves.
Yeah.
And he said it was like amazing for him that he can reach out and feel. He can feel it.
The lights.
And you see, he's an artist today. He draws today because it's till now it feels like colors are alive to him.
He will definitely
so
that.
He said reaching out and touching these colors, he started like lifting up into this bright lights and like it's like the sky with stars and everything. And as soon as he got past that veil, he saw the most beautiful garden he has ever seen in his life.
Wow.
He said he saw like wild horses running, in a green field.
Since you can only see in Hollywood movies.
Beautiful field and all that. And he felt himself floating. And he said it like the thought came to his head like, oh, I'm flying. He said, and he heard this voice tell him that it's not my head.
It's not my head.
It's normal for you to be flying. Like this, it blew my mind when I was researching about this man and his story. Like,
bro,
he said it's not my head.
You don't walk here.
He said, see mountains and the clouds going over the mountains and the shadows and everything touching the mountains and all that. And it was so beautiful. And he was still floating in the sky, like flying, when he saw a man, like in a beach.
Yeah.
He said then, like he likes what he's saying, like was a man with some kids.
Yeah.
And he said he felt like he should reach down, like go down.
Yeah,
so
to meet up with.
Yeah, so he said he started like descending down to see what's happening in this beautiful beach. And when he got like 10 feet close, so that his father, late father. So you see, like the story I told you about my mom, and
yes.
there's this NDE thing. You only see somebody like a loved one that has died
from a long time ago, probably closest to you.
I swear, like he saw his father and he said, there's this rush of love and happiness, that kind of happiness that makes you want to cry, bro. And he was like happy because he said he didn't have like a good experience with his father when the father was alive. That the father was a little bit abusive and all that, and they didn't have like a good relationship.
That connection,
when he was alive. So. But now he has another chance to like talk to his father at the age that he is now. That he understands a lot of things and all that. And his father was happy to see that there's this immense amount of love between them. And he said the father told him that he needs to go back. You get it now? Like
just like your mom's story.
And yes, he said, and before the father said that, he said when he was floating, I missed this part, like when he was floating, he said he was a little bit worried about his kids. And when he was having that thought like in his head, like his kids, he said he heard that voice said, don't worry, you can see them from here.
This is just like the story I would tell you about after this particular thing you are saying. It's just similar, almost the same. It's like the experiences are almost similar.
Yes, but in different
settings. Different settings, yeah.
So he said that gave him like full confidence, and he started feeling comfortable being there. That since he can see them from here, so
no, why worry?
No need to be worried. Like he's staying here.
Yeah.
So he said he got down and saw his father, and his father told him that he needs to go back, and he was telling his father that I don't need to.
I'm
like I
going
can
away.
see them from here, just like I was told. Like I can see them from here. I don't need to go back, and all that. He said he have to. That he still has purpose. He still has things to do. Being alive and all that, and he was really not
ready to
into
go back.
that. He doesn't want to go back. So he said the only reason his father could convince him to go back is telling him that don't worry, when it's time, I'll be the one to come and take you.
Bro,
I
imagine
swear,
you dying and your father will just be there waiting for you and calling like, son, come over.
Like I can tell you very well that whoever Jose Hernandez is, wherever he is right now,
that nigga must not be afraid of death.
He's not even ready to die. He's like, he's ready to die.
Any moment.
Like, he doesn't even care. Like, he'll just be waiting for that day he's going to see his father again. And he knows that even if he dies, that his children will one day see him.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of mentality he's going to live with now, being alive. So, basically, he said that's the only way his father could convince him to go back. And he said, okay, then this is going to be a deal between them. And his father said, okay. See, that's when he feel this force, this push, pulling him back into his body. And he opens his eyes in the hospital bed and see the doctors resuscitating him. And you know the funny thing, before leaving the body, he said that the doctors were resuscitating him. They were trying to revive him and all that. And he's having all this experience of falling and touching colors and floating, seeing houses and animals and all that stuff, and having conversation with his dad. And you're pulled back and they're still resuscitating you. Like,
which means you've spent like couple of hours there, and
but it's just seconds. It's just seconds in here. You know, that's the crazy part about it. And he wakes up in that bed, and you know one thing about people that are experiencing there's this change. Like when they come back to life, they are this happy, calm.
It's definitely an experience that will change you.
They are totally changed for like the best version of themselves. So he wakes up in that bed, and I love this guy's experience. I love this man's experience because it makes me finally understand that my mom is not hallucinating.
Yeah, somebody else has same experience, so
a lot of them.
It has to be true.
And I think another thing that we're neglecting to talk about is the purpose part of it, like telling them that they have purpose. So beside that, it actually dawned on me like every one of us has purpose. We have like something that we bring to the table with our life. Even you breathing.
Yeah.
Your purpose might just be, you having a child and pushing that child to get the basic knowledge that needs to
the child requires
of his life, and you're gone. So I think we all have purpose. You might lost a loved one and you don't see that purpose. That why now when I'm okay, when I can do this. But definitely, what if our job or his job is just
done.
To get you to that point?
That point where you are now, to be okay.
Kill, and it's time for him or her to rest. So basically, it's a very immense experience.
So guys, this has been an interesting episode. Like we said before, we'd like you to, if you have any experience like this or experiences like this, we'd like you to just leave it on the comment section. So we'll get to talk about your experience on the next episode.
And once again, this is Beyond the Veil.
Yeah.
Like, comment, share, that stuff really helps the channel.
Don't forget to subscribe.
don't forget your subscription is
Very important.
to us.
Yeah, very, very.
And it's even important to you because you get to see our videos.
Yeah, you get to be the first
You don't
person.
need to search.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for
guys
tuning in.
watching,
Yeah.
tuning in. I appreciate your time.
See you on the next episode.
See you on the next episode.